Actually, I've just, having deleted all that stuff from all those videos of the last 2 weeks, including the ones of Guadalupe. The Android OS is still coming up with that message saying that there are issues, and the only option is not now. There's no issue. There's nothing to look at the report. There's nothing to recover the corrupt files. What I think happened was, while I was on that bus trip, after that, there's a little fragment of video driving down on the bus. Well, later I had another fragment, much longer, and there was some, what I really thought maybe were condors circling. There were 4 or 5 of them over the valley. But that video just cut out and dropped off, and that happened once before on one of the other videos, and it happened a lot in when I was doing that night walk around, following the Google Maps lady, giving me directions, walking to the bus station in what's the name of the mesa that's on the frontier near Tijuana. There was some great video on there that was lost. So I do want these cards. I need to put them in a machine that I can actually trust. A decent machine that's got diagnostics, that can look at lost blocks on whatever the system is. And all that shit shouldn't be necessary, you know. You can do redundant writing, and the video app on Android, on the Samsung whatever it is camera app, shouldn't crash when it hits a file system error. I mean, maybe that's not what happened. Maybe it was somebody was hacking my phone and said, "Oh, look, they're condors. That's significant," and killed the file and put it in some dead space somewhere, or I don't know. You know what? This shit. It's absolute shit. The software. The whole system is just crap. And I've got the same problem with my family again. They just can't take in what I'm saying. They haven't got the inclination or the patience to watch any of these videos. So, you know, I'm talking to my daughter and saying, look, there is an issue here with money. There is an issue with what I'm doing. There is an issue with natural resources. There are global economic issues here. I'm trying to explain it to her, and I think I did quite well with that series of videos, including that absolutely brilliant critical systems video, critical systems secret city. And I looked for the website for that. It says access denied. There's supposed to be a website at criticalsystemsthefilm.com, I think, but I just get access denied. But my father says, oh, I sent him my YouTube channel. I said, there are lots of videos on there, you know, if you want to know what I'm at, look at the videos, you know. He says, oh, I don't have time to do YouTube anymore. He doesn't tell me where, you know, he doesn't tell me whether they still have that house in France or not. I said I was thinking about Laramade because there was all this flooding a few days ago in the Pyrenees, including in Ariège, and he said, oh, we're not planning to go traveling, so you know, he didn't say whether they still have the house or whether they sold it or what. Really, the communications I've got with my mother and my father could easily have been spoofed by anybody with a minimum, because the amount that they're actually saying to me is just nothing. It's anybody with a bit of intelligence who knows a little bit about, or who has access to their email, could construct those replies and send them to me. And so I said to I said to Rita at the British Embassy in Mexico City in an email, I said, how do you know, that these email addresses that we have that are supposedly my parents are actually my parents? And she said, no, of course we don't know that somebody's not accessing them, but she said, I can confirm that the email that you gave me is the email that I got from your father. That wasn't necessarily from my father. Just because it's the same email address doesn't mean somebody hasn't hacked or made a completely fake, because my father made this Alan Dye, or I started getting messages purportedly from my father from this Alan Dye Grant at gmail.com address a while ago, and then I started getting messages from Diana Grant 78 at around the same time, and those have never really made a lot of sense. And now I'm thinking about that. For all I know, my parents are in South Africa, they've died, and who's going to tell me? Who's going to look into that? My brother, I never hear anything from my brother. I just get messages from my daughter saying, oh, he sent me a video of him and his cute kids, and I get this information about my brother's kids and what he's doing in his business. It sounds to me like his business isn't. I mean, I thought that's what he was doing in 1999 or so. And Dad says, oh, he's just starting his business and he's gonna succeed, I'm sure. And now he lives in Fishhook. I've never seen photographs of my parents' house. I know my parents bought another house with my brother in Cape Town. And they restored it, they built it, and they built a house in the back for my mother and father to live in, and all this stuff, but I never saw photographs of it. I saw a photograph of my brother once, but in a house, but I don't know, I don't know anything about the house that they built or the house that they sold, or I've got no pictures of where they're supposed to be living in Sedgefield in South Africa. No, I'm starting to look at this Rekieta Law case that Brittany Venti pointed me to, and starting to think, well, maybe he has killed he's killed my parents, and he's pretending to be them on email. And how is the Foreign Commonwealth Office going to tell me that? I asked her. So I said my father's real name is Alistair Neil George Grant. If his pension funds have been, as my mother told me, that the pension that she was getting from Nicholas Pearson Associates, which is presumably a British pension, she was sending me money from that. $100 a month. She did it for almost a year, I think, at least 9 months or so, and then that stopped coming, and my daughter says that that was, for some reason, that had to be sent via my daughter's mother's bank account, because my parents apparently didn't have access to their Bank of Scotland accounts by electronic banking. And I'm just in. There's no data here for me. It's all information and no data, and I'm starting to get suspicious of the way my daughter's behaving. Yeah, I don't know. It's ridiculous.